There was they spent millions of dollars scientifically to reintroduce wolves into Yellowstone National Park in order to prove and to re-establish the ecosystem there, because without the wolves as a keystone species, the beaver do not survive and neither do the bear. And you put global warming in there and compound that with the food sources from the trees and the berries, you know, you're affecting bear, you're affecting all kinds of wildlife. And the simple fix is to introduce the wolf. We're one of the few places where you can do this, where you can do hands-on. Because Shadow and Alaska and Dakota we got just from, you know, days old.
Yeah.
And so we trained them for these programs. The puppies were born right into our hands, so yeah. So they know nothing but us.
See, and that's why they take to children so well.
Yeah, and we intentionally brought, people came and our volunteers, we had children come and bottle feed them, and they've had people's hands on them their entire lives. So this is an experience that you get to have when you come here that it's very rare to get anywhere else.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Shadowland Foundation is it's a foundation set up to educate children of all ages about the true nature of the wolf. And the reason that Colette and I are doing this, it's something that I've been doing most of my life, pretty much all of my life. But it's so that we can help bring back the understanding of what the meaning of the wolf really is.
A keystone species, and there's many, but the wolf, even according to the Navajo, is the center of the four directions of the universe. The keystone species is a species that when it's taken out of the ecology, everything above it, including human beings, and everything below it starts to collapse. It sits in the middle of our ecosystem, and without it, things disappear. You remove water, you remove trees, number one, and that's the most important. Without water and trees in our future and on our landscape, we have nothing left. We don't have bugs, we don't have birds, we don't have fish, we don't have beaver, we don't have bear, we don't have each other.
There's food.
This is Paul Pondella, and I'm Colette Duvall, and this is what we do. We do wolf education programs so that you know what they're like. Because there's been a very, for hundreds of years, there's been a lot of myths and misconceptions about their nature as being ferocious and fierce and man-eating, you know, Little Red Riding Hood and Three Little Pigs. Interestingly enough, wolves do not eat the pig family. They eat...
They don't like
they don't
pork.
like pork.
They don't.
But it's highly stimulating. They're very, social and intelligent creatures, and they like new settings, and they like to be stimulated. So right now they're having a good time, but Paul is our alpha. Well, Yellowstone National Park is one of our national treasures, but the ecotourism and the people who have flocked there summer after summer since the wolves were reintroduced have come to see wildlife, especially the wolf. So the wolf is very good for business. For example, in 2010, almost 4 million people visited the park. If they spend, which they do, an average of $108 per day and stay in the park for 3.2 days, that's $1,382 $1,400,000 that was spent just in Yellowstone National Park. Well, you can't fly into Yellowstone National Park. You have to, if you're coming from the west, you have to drive through Utah, Idaho, or you have to come through Montana. So all of those states, if they stop to get gas, if they break down, wherever they stay overnight in their hotel rooms, where they eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, all the novelty shops, all of the gift shops, all of the dress shops. So that's a billion-dollar industry. Those three states, Idaho, Wyoming, and Montana, could be the richest states in the Union if they would just get that the wolf was good for business, and this is our message.
Well, Shadow is our namesake, and she just recently passed from cancer. Thank you. And we have Alaska, who is the mother of our puppies, and we have Takoda, which is the papa of our pack. And then we have Ojin, we have Cochise, we have Kachina, Chinoa, Taya, and Keme.
Shadow got her name because when I first got her, it's hard for me still to talk about Shadow. I didn't know what to name her. And as a puppy, she fit in the palm of my hands when I got her. And when I put her down, she would follow me right in my shadow. She never left my shadow. And even though she was a female, her name became Shadow.
And she loved everyone.
And she loved everyone.